Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. Just moved, so. It's also been a hot minute because I've taken a hot minute to edit this video. It's been a month since I filmed this. I am sorry, but enjoy it anyways, besties. Today, I'm planning on becoming the Armored Titan. I've kind of been thinking about this one for a while. I have a wig for it, and let's not make fun of the wig.
She's doing her best. She really is, and I don't want anyone to be mean to the wig. If I hear one person slander the wig, over.
Anyways, let's get back to the main subject. I've kind of been working on this and like preparing it for a while. Thinking about the concept, really. Like, you know what I mean? Anyways, let's get to what I was planning. So, this went through a few stages, actually. At first, this was my original sketch. Cute, cute. But then I cut it out, and I'm using Bristol paper. I just have it lying around. It's just like a thicker paper. Honestly, I would recommend using watercolor paper because it has like the grooves in it, and things would stick much better than Bristol paper would. I started off with this, and so the plan was to do this, but this was too sharp and too long and it didn't look right. So the plan was to do and like be able to speak and like have my teeth show, and it would like move with my jaw, and this would stay with up here, but it was too sharp. So then I took a closer look at my reference picture and realized I was a bit off. So yeah, this is the next design, more accurate to what it's supposed to be. And here is what the piece of paper. I'm gonna use liquid latex. Thank you, Clementine, for letting me use your liquid latex. They threw it from their balcony. Appreciate it. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna glue it to my cheeks because that's like a pretty stationary place. I folded it in the middle because it has that fold, but it's not really centered. So we're just gonna ignore that because I don't wanna cut it out again. I'm lazy. Here's the bottom. So it's gonna be like this. Oh my god. It's kind of like a bird. Oh, interesting. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna get started, I guess. I suppose. Okay, besties, let's hop right up into this by taking off all the makeup you previously had on, just so you can add more on top. Even if you don't have makeup on, I still recommend taking a wipe and wiping down your skin, or even washing it, because you can just get that oil off your face and your makeup will last for a longer time. Once you have everything off, it's time to get started by rubbing some glue in your eyebrows. Ugh, a great feeling, really. I'm not gonna be the best advice on this because I do it pretty messily, but what I recommend doing for gluing down your eyebrows is rubbing your eyebrows back and forth horizontally with the glue, pressing really hard, making sure you're getting those eyebrows soaked. I also recommend going in with a wet wipe and just cleaning up and flattening out the edges. In order to manipulate my face shape, I'm going to go in and glue down my sideburns, and before I do that, I'm just going to put my hair back, get ready for the wig, so I can just like make sure everything's flat. Much like gluing down my eyebrows, I am just like shoving that glue into my hair. Instead of going back and forth though, I am actually just like rubbing it one direction. I also push down the glue stick extra hard in order to get as much glue as possible in that hair and get it to lay extra flat. I also go with my Got2b Glue Poly D edition to make sure all my baby hairs are laying flat as well. I also recommend spraying it over the glued portion just to make sure it lays. Oh my god. Can I not be dramatic? Anyways, what I was saying is just spray it over the glued portion as well, just as another safety precaution in order to keep it flat. Hair dryers are also really helpful in order to speed this process up. I don't know where I'd be without it. Probably still doing the makeup 1 month later. Anyways, putting the dog ears back on, and I am once again repeating this process because I still had crevices in my hair, and we can't have that. We need to lay it flat. Flatter than the earth, some might say. Am I right? Cool. This process is really repetitive and boring, but it's all worth it in the end if you take your time to do it. I don't sometimes, and I regret it, but I think I did a good job this time. After it's dry, it's time to set your eyebrows with powder. This part honestly just shows you how good a job you did when gluing down your eyebrows, and honestly, bestie, look at me. You killed it. No, you killed it, yeah. you're going to want to press that powder everywhere. You're also going to want a lot of it too to make sure everything's fully covered, because you're not going to want to put foundation over that sticky glue. After giving it a minute or two to set, just brush it all off. Just get rid of it. Perfect, bestie. Color correcting time! I use LA Girl's Pro Conceal in red to cover my blue tones because I have dark hair and I don't want to be able to see that through my foundation. When applying the color corrector, I definitely recommend putting a lot on because the powder really soaks up the product and it makes it harder to blend later on if you don't have enough. Also, when it comes to blending, I definitely recommend using a separate beauty blender than the one you plan to use for foundation because that red will not leave that beauty blender. It will not, and it will just spread everywhere. Like one time my face just looked orange. It just looks so orange. And in order to make it not spread even more, make sure you set it down with powder to have that extra layer between this and the foundation. You have a lot of downtime, actually. You can fight the air, question life, and sing. Oh my god. Anyways, when you're done with that, dust off the powder because it is foundation time. I like to use Wet n Wild's Photo Focus foundation because there is a lot of it and it's really cheap, and I honestly go through so much of it. You can just see now how much I'm putting it on. Be careful though because it is watery and it will fall all over your clothes. Now grab your crustiest beauty blender and blend that ish out. I once again may have used too much, but it's fine. It's fine. Now going in with the L'Oreal concealer, I am going over my eyebrows and my sideburns because I still got some of that red tone peeping through, and I don't want that. I really don't. Now grabbing your beauty blender once again and just blending everything out. And when I say that beauty blender is disgusting, I mean it's disgusting. There is like layers on it. I don't understand why I'm still using it. I'm pretty sure there's multiple civilizations living in it. Ah! I am now naked. But other than that, dust off all that powder you just put on your face. Now grabbing the mouth pieces, I went in and outlined everything so I knew where I was going to put it because I have to draw with red paint in that area and I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to go over where I needed to. I will also be going in later on and removing the foundation and makeup in that area because I have to use spirit gum later on and it will not stick to my face if I have anything on my face. Yes! Yes! Finally, we're at the painting part, and I am so sorry about that lighting. It is atrocious, and I just want you to know I see it, and I feel bad about it. Although I was super excited about the face pieces I made, I didn't want to threaten ruining them by doing them first, so I did the red base first so I could just get that out of the way and I wouldn't have to go in with the red anymore and accidentally get it onto that paper. Just making sure I get everything accurately down. I look at the reference pictures and I look in the mirror and just like back and forth. Also, since it's the base layer, I could easily go in with wet wipes and fix my mistakes, which happened a lot, especially when I went in with my left hand to paint my arm. Like that was hard, but it worked out in the end, and I'm really happy with the outcome of the red parts. The only real threatening place to make a mistake is the face because you do have foundation on, and if you do make a mistake, you kind of have to wipe it off. Especially if it's over the eyebrows, you can't really make a mistake there. But that's fine. It's fine. No stress. Now it's time for layer 2 of red paint. We are starting to create dimension by adding that highlight shade in the center of all the muscle areas. Definitely an important step to do if you just want to have that 3D effect. Now going in with layer 3, we are going in with the shadows to create that dimension even more. Fun. For this color, I used the same color as the red base tone and added brown to it. And for the previous highlight color, I just used a base color and added white to it. Kept my paint strokes pretty sharp because I kind of wanted to look like I was coming straight out of the manga rather than just like a real life muscle man. I don't know. Yeah. It's spirit gum time, and I have removed the makeup in the area that I'm applying the glue to because it will not stick if I didn't otherwise. I apply the spirit gum straight from the tube with the applicator they give us, and then I just tap it on my skin and wait for it to dry so it's just sticky enough for the paper. Yeah, and then just wait, you know? It's a waiting game. Guys, we made it. We made it to the fun part. Adding the liquid latex in the cotton balls. Well, technically cotton rounds, but it's fine. It's whatever. This is my first time doing it, so there was a lot of trial and error of trying to get it smooth, which I didn't really ever do. But, you know, I also kept adjusting the face shape of it because it was like awkwardly laying on my face, and so I just kept cutting it. Also, yeah, I had to re-glue my face mask a couple of times. Although the main goal of the cotton rounds on my face were to just like blend the pieces into my face better, it honestly worked as reinforcement because if it wasn't for those cotton balls, that mask thing would have not lasted at least 10 minutes with the amount of talking I did. Also, guys, I don't recommend using cotton rounds. I honestly thought they'd do the same job as cotton balls did, but they have a lot less cotton in them. They kind of use like paper and stuff, and it was bad. It was not good. I also stuffed the hollow area with cotton so it would be even more reinforcement and I could lay it even smoother, and it honestly looked really good. It kind of just like stuffed it like a stuffed animal would. It reminded me of when you go to Build-A-Bear and they shove the animal's butthole into that machine. Yeah, no, like that for sure. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to use a normal watercolor brush for this, but I did that anyways because, I don't know, it's easier for me. And it only slightly ruined the brush. So I recommend just getting a dedicated brush for this process. As you can see, I am now speeding up the videos because this was a never-ending process. It was full of going back and forth and just like smoothing out each and every area to make it seem seamless. But spoiler alert, yeah, it did not end up looking seamless at all. But I think it's more accurate to what Titans would look like, because I don't think they would have perfect skin. No. They would be using the beauty filter. I used a beauty filter in Titan form. Bestie. I don't see Isayama putting skincare anywhere in Attack on Titan. So next, please. After going in and forming everything with the cotton balls, I recommend setting it with setting powder and then going in with foundation to blend it into your skin. Sure, there's some texture, but that just adds character. And I don't want to hear it, okay? I do not want to hear it. Now we get to go back to painting, and here's something I'd like to say. I wish I made the eyes a little bit lower, but since I messed up and made them too high, there wasn't really going back after that. But it's fine. It's fine. Just if you were to do this process, I recommend doing the eyebrows a little lower. I am now mixing together a tone for shading. It's kind of mauve, kind of cool, kind of fun, funky, fresh, right? I'm doing my best to hide the fact of how chunky that blended area is with the cotton balls. Am I doing a good job of it? No, I'm not. I really am not. The little mouthpiece kind of shortened my nose, and so during this moment where I don't have that much detail on my skin, I kind of look like a Whoville character, and I find it funny. Anyways. Now I go on the other side with the mauve shading, and this is where I like to say cheekbones are sisters, not twins, because I did not make them even at all. But, it's fine. It's cool. What's that fun saying? Trust the process? Yeah, no, let's do that, please. Guys, honestly, the shading on the neck is really sexy. I think it turned out wonderful. It's probably my favorite part of this whole entire body paint is my neck. It's real nice. Now I'm just looking at that reference picture and drawing on his tits. He's got some big ones and I just want to capture them correctly. And that's what I'm hopefully doing. It's detail time, aka outline time, aka I am so sorry about how close that mirror is to the phone. And it is really distracting and I'm sorry. Anyways, once again, looking at reference pictures and just outlining what I've done previously, making sure to get that depth, it's all about depth, getting that 3D feel. This part is always the part that just brings it all together and makes it look good, I was honestly pretty messy when it came to painting inside the eye, because the reference picture I used, he kind of had like the sketchiness of the eye for the depth area, and it was just a lot of fun to do it. I also struggled a lot getting the eye shapes even, as you can tell. I kind of forgot to add shading to one of the eyes, but we're not going to talk about that. We don't talk about that, okay? I'm also trying to fix the weird shaped area on the cheekbones. Kind of didn't work out. I kind of went in again later and fixed it. You're going to see that I ran out of phone storage, and so half the stuff I did got cut off. But that's just something to look forward to right now, because it didn't happen yet. I also outlined the paper to give that 3D effect even more. Even though it technically is 3D, I just wanted to give it more depth, guys. Word of the day is depth, I think. It's a very cool word, really jazzy, really fun. I love this part because it just really does bring the whole entire thing together. But this is the part where you have to focus on the details. You also get to see where you messed up in the past, which happened a lot, honestly. But it's fine, guys. Guess what? It's fine. I'm creating a lot of loose, thin lines in the muscle red area because it's muscle. And there's a lot of loose lines in muscle, you know what I mean? Especially in the drawing I was referencing. So, fun! God, the neck turned out so good, I think. It looks like a tree trunk. It is sexy. What can I say? Okay, guys. Also, I'm really about to run out of space to talk. Oh, bye, storage. I finished, actually. I guess the only thing we missed in the video was hair and contacts. She's kind of dope, though. Can't see anything right now, so if I look bad on camera, that's so embarrassing. So, anyone simping for me yet? Do you guys wanna go to the gun show? I told my roommate that I'm cosplaying the mom from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, because that's what I look like. It's the haircut I got, you know what I mean? I gotta fix my bra. Titans have titties too. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post. Like this video as well. But if you didn't like this video, don't like it. Don't give me some false hope here. If you did like it, share. But if you didn't like it, once again, don't give me any false hope. Don't give me any false hope. Anyways, anyone wants some oatmeal?